Very, very sad news today. The passing of Gene Hackman, a true legend, one of the absolute acting greats. He was found dead in his home in Santa Fe. He was 95 years old. His wife, who was 63, was also found dead in the home. So we want to remember him for his greatness, for his versatility. He will be the subject of our Off the Menu poll on our Patreon in March. So if you're a member there, Alonso will curate that very soon and have some great Hackman performances for you to choose from. If you're not, you can join us at patreon.com/BeFastAllDay and you can come and vote. But Alonso, let's talk about what made Gene Hackman so great.
Yeah, I think when we talk about cornerstone figures of the new Hollywood, like he was just right there in that moment from his, pretty much, I think I'd say his big screen launch in Bonnie and Clyde, and then all the way through the 70s working with, directors like Arthur Penn and Francis Coppola, William Friedkin, just gave an incredible range of performances, dynamic in comedy and drama. We talk about people like Colin Farrell who feel like a character actor, trapped inside of a movie star. I think Hackman's kind of the opposite. I think he's a movie star who resembles a character actor. He never had like a matinee idol period, but he was always just, just delivering these really great, empathetic and powerful performances. And so, he's somebody who, even though, like any lengthy career, there were some missteps along the way, loose cannons and lucky lady could have happened to anybody. But, you look at his work in, the two French Connections and in The Conversation and in Night Moves, Prime Cut, and then even later with like his second Oscar-winning film, Unforgiven, and even, the Royal Tenenbaums. He was just somebody who kept bringing it and then very much kind of walked away on his own terms.
Right. He actually retired and stayed retired like for the last 20 or so years. Yeah. I just think about the versatility because he really could do it all, but there was also pretty much a consistency that when Gene Hackman showed up, he was going to instantly elevate whatever movie it was just by being himself. And as you say, he didn't have like the movie star looks, but he had a movie star presence
for sure
in a film like, I don't love Hoosiers, but Hoosiers or The French Connection, as you say, and look at how extremely different those films are and how different they are from Superman 2 or, Unforgiven. Like he could do it all. And there's sort of the cliche of, you never catch him acting. But that's really true with Gene Hackman, I think, in that there was a groundedness and a humanity and authenticity, and the instincts always felt true and right for whatever character he was playing, whether it was somebody heroic or despicable. He made that person feel real and complicated and interesting.
Yeah, there was a very affectionate running gag on Mystery Science Theater. They did one of his early films, Marooned, which under the title, I think, Space Travelers. And he would just be sort of sitting, not saying anything in a scene. They'd go, "Oh, Hackman's so good here." And they would just say, and then by the end of the movie, like, "Oh, Hackman's so good in the scene. He's not even in it."
Was he the voice of BMW or Mercedes? One of them. He did
one of those,
one of
United
those
Airlines at one point, I want to say too. I seem to recall like those ones that had, the Rhapsody in Blue ads. But yeah, he just, brought it every time. And I think just became kind of almost the kind of actor you take for granted, because it was never splashy and it was never like these sort of big kind of what we consider a star turn. But damn, if he didn't just like nail whatever it was he was doing up there.
Yeah, had a formidable presence, no matter what it was. Like, it was undeniable and unmistakable, and you couldn't stop watching him. You know that whatever he did was going to be interesting and compelling and true. Like, I keep coming back to the idea of like the authenticity of his performances, that there was nothing like mannered or showy about it, but it was gripping, whatever he did.
Yeah, you look at him in something like The Conversation, where he is literally erasing himself. He is playing a guy who doesn't want to be noticed, who doesn't want to be seen, who sort of lurks in the margins and in the shadows doing his work, and is kind of forced out into having to face the consequences of what it is he does. And it's amazing to see somebody who had that much sort of innate charisma just turn it all off, and be in these scenes where like Alan Garfield is, out dazzling him because Hackman is just like with the little glasses and just making himself invisible.
Yeah. I mean, the word legend gets tossed around a lot, but that feels very applicable here. So yeah, I look forward to honoring him on our Patreon.
Yes.
We've already done the French Connection and Superman 2 for Off the Menu there. So it won't be one of those, but we'll choose something else. We'll choose about 5 or 6 other films of his from his wide
shortage
variety.
of choices.
Oh, so it'll be tough to narrow it down, I think, but we'll find some good ones for you. I look forward to seeing what our Patreon friends pick. So if you want to join, again, that's patreon.com/BeFastAllDay. Let us know in the comments what your favorite Gene Hackman performance has been over the years. And I'm sure that come Oscar night on Sunday, they will hopefully find a way to include him in that in memoriam there.
I'm sure they're working on that as we speak.
Yep. Thanks.